Good morning, Donna. How are you this morning? Good to see you. Today we've got something really fun planned. We're going to be doing what's called Link of Diamond with 1-inch diamonds. I'm really excited to get started on it. But first, I have somebody here looking for attention. As soon as I start talking, she shows up. Oh, there you go, baby. Good morning, Kathy. Kathy is in Long Island this morning, and Linda, my friend, is here from New York. And we are going to have what's I'm hoping to be a real promising morning, a lot of fun, maybe a few laughs, maybe wake up a bit. My dogs wake me up around between 3 and 4 every morning. So I wish I could sleep in just once in a while. So here is the set of templates that we're going to use today. And I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit about these templates. I'll be honest with you. Oh, excuse me, I hadn't used them until I pulled them out for this project. But the markings and such are very similar to the strand of pearls that we used last week. What we have for markings, and excuse me, I got a little frog in my throat or something here. There we go. Hi, Monica from Illinois, and Erin's here from Ohio. Awesome. These require us to use the tack. They have a vertical center and they have the side lines etched in them. It comes in an 11.5 inch, 10.5 inch. Now, when we're talking 11.5 and 10.5, we're talking from here all the way over to this side. So it's not just half of the rotations, it's the entire rotation. Then we've got a 9.5 on this side, and here's our pin for that, and 4.5 on that side. We have got a, 8.5 and a 5.5. And our little guy is going to be a 7.5 and a 6.5. And what you're going to see is I've written in here the ones that I've used. One rotation, I didn't even put diamonds on. I just used this flat portion to get from line to line. I was curious how that would look. Yeah, I actually like it. So here we go. Let's start out. I have 32 reference lines. And I know that's a lot, guys. I really do. But what you're going to see is we're not using all of the reference lines on every rotation. The only time we use all the reference lines is when we get up into this area here. And what we're going to do with this area is we're going to actually do 2 passes. So even then, it won't seem all that bad, I'm hoping. I'm gonna go ahead and lay that over there, put this here. We say that we've got a strand of 5 templates, and it says 9 strands. Oh, interesting. It says 9 strands of pearls in here. Actually, it's 8 strands of diamonds in here. Okay, and here's a picture of them here. I just showed you the 11.5, 10.5. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 6, 5, and 4.5 inch. Okay, so let me review just a bit here. I'm going to set these into my ruler holder for me because I find that I get a lot less confused when I do that. They're so much more organized for me, and I really like that. Okay, let's see where we're at. Violet, hi from Perth, Western Australia. Summertime down there. Definitely winter up here. Sandy, good morning, and warm good morning from Tampa, Florida. And Jan says she's still awake. Snow is definitely coming down, and she said she can see 7 inches accumulating easily. So the temperatures are going to gradually be dipping as well for Jan, and it is a great stitching day. Joyce, good morning from me. So good to see you. Wanda, good morning from the other side of town. Wanda lives in the high rent district in town. I live in the low rent district. Just kidding. Our town is so small, we don't have high or low rents. Julia, good morning. Nice to see you. And yes, we are keeping well. Thank you so much. And Susie from a very snowing Arlington, Virginia, who doesn't normally get a lot of snow. Susie, stay safe. Good day to stay inside and do some stitching, right? Stitch when it snows. That's my motto. So, Diane, hi from Iowa. It's a snow day, so day for you as well. Oh my gosh, you guys, we don't have snow today, but we've got cold. And it is just that, very cold. Okay, here is my fabric. Now, I want to just review this. I do this usually ahead of time. But I wanna talk about putting the pin in. It's actually a tack, we call it a pin. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because 'cause we're a little goofy, I'm not sure. What we like to do is put the tack in at the crosshair from the top first. Now, don't forget, you don't have to worry, this tack is not poking a hole in your fabric. What it is doing, it is gently pushing the fibers aside so it can go in and make what looks like a hole right there. Then I'm going to come back on the back side, and there is my hole. From the back side, I'm going to go ahead and put that tack in. I'm just going to check to make sure that I haven't moved it around, which I normally do a little bit, and get myself back into that center hole. And there we are. Now we have our tag perfectly centered. And why is that important? Because if we have our tag too far over here, what's going to happen is our templates are not going to line up correctly. And we definitely want them to line up correctly and in sync with our reference lines. So it's really important, guys, to go ahead and get that tag as close to center as possible. If it takes a couple tries, join the club. It usually takes me more than one. So on my design this morning, what you're going to see is I have 4.5 inches, 6.5 inches, I have 9.5, I have 10.5, and 11.5. So we're going to use a good number of our diamonds. What you're also going to notice is that I have circles. Now, these circles are not drawn beforehand. I put these in. These circles are used to connect the diamonds, but not likely in the way that you think they are. So let me show you what I mean. I did not number all of these reference lines, okay? I just was too lazy this morning. Alrighty, the first one I'm going to get out here is going to be my 4.5. Stable tape. I like to put my stable tape where my hands are going to be. Remember, we have to be very careful that we are getting our tag on the correct on the correct hole. If we try to stitch this template with our tag here, it's not going to work. We need to follow these 2 lines down here until they hit our tag hole. We're going to go ahead and we're going to lay it on there. And then we're going to go back and we're going to line up our vertical center. And we can line that up all the way down, making sure that we're keeping everything nice and straight. Marcia made it in. Linda, my Michigander buddy. Hi, nice to see you. I hope you all got some caffeine. Oh, Julia. Oh, I did see you come in a little while ago, didn't I? Okay. Remember when we did the strand of pearls and the strand of hearts? What we did was we did one side of the template, then the other side, and moved our template over. This is going to be the same premise. No more. No, go lay down. So what we're going to do on the first line is we are going to do that. We're going to start here. We're going to I'm sorry. Let's just do that. Because I can see it, but I can't speak it. Isn't that weird? Okay. We are going to go through on the top, not the bottom. Let's get these instructions out too, and we're going to show you. So we're going to start here, come down, and this is if we stitch on the bottom, come up here and twist our template. But because we're stitching on the top, we're going to start here, come up, around, down, and then we're going to switch our template. Let me show you what I mean by that. Okay. Let's start at the bottom. Pull my bobbin thread up. Put my needle down. One thing that we want to remind ourselves, we're going to hesitate here. We are going to hesitate here. We are going to hesitate here, here, and here. And that is going to keep our diamonds in a very nice diamond shape. So here we go, first stitch in place. And I need to check my foot here. There we go. I had it up just a hair last night because I was stitching on a pieced block. So I can bring it back down this morning. There's our first point where we want to hesitate. We're going to change direction. Here's our second point to hesitate. Now we're going to change direction again. Here's our third point. Now we're coming down towards the center, our fourth point, and our fifth point. And here we're going to stop with our needle down. I'm going to go ahead and cut off those threads. Now what we're going to do is we are going to twist our template. And I'm going to turn it over this way so you can see it better. Now, I am going to have to do a little smushing here, guys. And you know what? A little smushing is fine. Checking with my spacing gauge. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is here again is my first hesitation point, my second hesitation point. Here goes my third, fourth, and fifth. And the fifth one is where we're going to stop. Make sure our needle is down. You see our beautiful diamond here? Isn't that pretty? And now we're going to twist our template and we're going to repeat. Now our diamonds are not going to touch, which is fine. I really didn't want them to. The key here is remember to stop on the lower edge if you're making the line on top of the diamonds as opposed to on the bottom of the diamonds. You can do it either way. I just was kind of like to be a rebel once in a while. And I was feeling my oats when I came up with this design. So what I did was I put the line on the top as opposed to the bottom. And down we're going to go and stop. You see how easy this template is? I really believe that this template is a good beginner template. It's all done on the inside of the template. There's no outside curves or anything. It's all pretty straightforward. It's easy stitching. It has the little spots in here that almost make you want to stop and hesitate in those areas. And the designs that come out of it look very complicated, but they're not. They're really quite easy to do. And with the lines all being straight, they're so much easier to stitch as well. So here we go. There's a few more up to the top, over again. Now we have 32 crosshairs on here, but we're not going to be stitching all 32 at any one given time. We're going to be stitching 16 of this 4.5 on this bottom circle of designs. All right, I'm going to get myself down to the bottom and I'm going to go ahead and check for any comments or questions and see who else has arrived. Nan is here from Sweden. Oh, Nan is at hospital. Oh, I'm so sorry, Nan. I didn't know you weren't feeling well. Get better soon. She said she's going home Friday. So I am here to tell you I am glad you are, but you will be in our thoughts all along, okay? Um, it's good to look at, and Nan says she hopes so, is it's good to look at ruler work. You know what? When you're in the hospital, that's awesome. You get lots of time to sit and look. Christina, good morning from Sweden as well. And Anne is here with a bone for my dog. Oh, my little Tippy. She is just a piece of work. That one. Deanna is here from a very, very cold Prineville, Oregon. Oh, okay, baby. I know I mentioned her. Now she thinks she gets something. All right, enough. So we're going to go ahead, keep going around here. And, it's really kind of funny because I actually knew a gal who had to go spend some time in the hospital. She took her featherweight and a bunch of fabric and stuff with her. and sewed while she was laid up. I thought that was just hilarious. All right. And there we go. I'm going to stop ourselves right here. Otherwise, it's going to be a very long, boring morning watching me do the same diamonds over and over again. And you really don't want to. I am sure it's about as much fun as watching paint dry. Look at how beautiful that is, guys. I love this. I absolutely love this set of templates. All right, now we're going to go ahead and put that aside. We're going to take a look at the next round that we're doing, and we're going to do those exactly the same. These are going to be 6.5 inch, and they are going to stack on the ones that are already stitched. If you want, you can stagger them as well. You don't have to stack them. So I'm going to put my 4.5 inch away, and I'm going to take out my 6.5 inch. Again, making sure that I follow these lines down. There we go. Follow these lines down to see that hole for the tack. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this off now. I had it on for the pencil drawing because it does help you see that. I will stack a portion of these and then I will stagger a portion of these. So you get to see what it is that we're going to do. And the ones I'm going to stack, I'm going to go ahead and put the line up on the top like I did on the first rotation. But the second ones that I'm going to rotate, or I'm not going to stack, I'm going to put one opposite the other. I know. Stagger, thank you. I'm going to stagger that. I'm going to go ahead and put the line on the bottom so you can see the difference, okay? So here is, I'm lined up. I've got my hole, my tack in the right place. I'm going to stop there and trim my thread. There we go. And up to the top, and we're going to hesitate here. Coming all the way across, hesitate, hesitate, and here we're going to actually stop with our needle down, and now we're going to twist our template. What's nice about these templates is you get a very long line to line up on your vertical line with the template. Okay, another stitch. Here we go. You'll see how beautiful those line up. There's my hesitation stitch, another one, and down we go. And now I'm going to turn my template again. Yeah, I think that this set of templates is highly underrated. I think if we were to go ahead and take the length of diamonds, the strand of pearls, and put them together into some designs, I think they could be absolutely stunning. Okay, I'm going to make this my last diamond stacked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come this way. I'm going to now come down, and I want to finish this diamond. And there we go. Now the difference is I'm not going to come across the top. I'm going to finish that diamond, and now I'm going to come in the opposite direction. And I'm going to stop right here just to get started. And I'm going to come up, and these two diamonds will overlap just a bit. Come over here. Now what you're going to see is this is where oh, actually, I'm sorry, I misspoke. They're not overlapping. They're actually just touching. And we're going to come up here and stop with our needle down. And here we go. This is going to be our second rotation on here. There's the first set we do. And we're going to come here and come up this time. And stop on this reference line and twist our template. And we're going to do that just a couple more times so we can see how this looks. Up we go, making sure that needle is there. Come down, and we're just going to do one more diamond, and the diamond will straddle the previous row. And I need to do one more stitch, and I'm going to go ahead and finish off this diamond. And to do that, all I've done is rotated my template, and I'm going to come to the starting point of the previous half. And there we go. Now I've got a complete diamond there, and you can see this is pretty. Actually, it's very pretty. It looks like a crown, I think. Let me see if I can find, there it is, that bobbin thread, and there we go. So, two very different looks, same size, just stitched a little differently. Okay, let's see where we are. Julia says she loves these templates. It's another one to add to her collection. Well, you know what, Julia? I don't think you'll be disappointed. Definitely not. Well, Carla made it in from Oklahoma City, and Cindy is here from a very snowy Iowa. Most things are closed or canceled today. Now is a good day, Cindy, to stay inside and stitch. Stitch in the snow. Hi, Pam. Pam's here joining us from Maine this morning. How are you? I hope it's nice over on the East Coast, definitely. Now, if you take a look at this little guy here, you know that you would be able to do this design all the way around. Just another idea for you. There's so many things that we can do. And you might ask, how would I do this design? You'd want to do it in two passes. So what we would do is do the first pass with our 4.5 inch. And let me pull that out. That's this little guy here. Make sure we've got him on the right hole. So what I'm going to do with that guy is I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this will line us up, but I may be wrong. So bear with me. I'm going to try and duplicate that, okay? There we go. All lined up. Perfect. So what we're going to do on this one is we're going to come here. We're going to come up. Now we're going to come across. Oops, let me get rid of the thread. Now we're going to come across. So we're going to stop. We're not going to stitch anymore. We're going to turn our template. We're going to come down and back up. Hesitate, come down, hesitate, and let's go back up and back up. Now we're going to come across. Making sure I've got my needle down, I'm going to go ahead and rotate and follow suit. Come down, hesitate, hesitate at that midpoint and back up to the top and over. Rotate. Come down. I may have miscounted my rows, guys. I'm not really sure yet. And I did, but that's okay. We're going to go one more time here. And back up. And that's going to be the end of our first round. Kind of cool. I don't know why, but it reminds me of a Greek letter. Okay. We're going to cut that bobbin thread next. And now what we can do is we'll put this one away and take out our 6.5 inch. And that's going to be right here. Now I'm going to go backwards with the 6.5 inch. I'm going to start here, come around, down, up, and go this way. It works just as good. And what I need to do to match that bottom, I need to start right here. You can go in any direction on here. And because these are symmetrical templates, we're only putting staple tape on one side. Flipping the template would serve no purpose because it's not going to make a different design or anything like that. So there we go. Down here, we're going to come right there and back up. Take our hesitation and stop there. Get rid of the thread. Now we're going to move our template. There we go. And now we're going to go this way. Hey, this is making a really pretty chevron. Stop here. Move my template again. We're only going to do 2 more like this. And then we're going to stop and take a look. And up there, we're going to twist and make my block a little flatter here, easier to work with. We're going to meet that half diamond on the top of the previous row. And one more time, and we will have our little design done here. Now this last one, I don't need to double stitch, but for the sake of consistency, I am going to double stitch it. And let's take this out. Let's see what we think of this one, okay? Look at that. Oh, I can see that going all the way out. That is so cute. All right, where is my bobbin thread? Okay, there it is. Okay, so here's two things we can do on two rows. This is cute. So is this. I can see this done either way. I can see it staggered with the diamonds. We could stagger with the half diamonds as well. And I see them stacked. And of course, our little chevron or half diamonds are stacked. So we're making some progress here today, coming up with some ideas. Barbara, hi, how are you? It is so nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Barbara is here with us from the UK this morning. How awesome is that? All righty, so now we've got these first two lines of stitching done. Let's take a look at where we're going next. Where we're going next is a pretty easy one. We're going to take our 9.5 inch, that's this fellow right here. And this is the next round we're going to do. What I want you to notice on these rounds is they're very flat. They're not curved at all. They're very flat. And I think that gives us a rather nice look. It's different than what we're accustomed to when we ruler quilt in a circle. Almost everything we do is round like this. This is going to give us a little bit of a different look. So let's take a look. We're putting our 9.5 inch here. And I'm going to go ahead, ooh, almost put it in the wrong spot. I'm following these lines down to where I get to the hole for the tack. And I'm going to go kind of around, pretty much all the way around on this one, only because it's really easy to do. It goes rather quickly, lining up my vertical center there. Pull my bobbin thread up and out. Oh, there we go. So now I'm going to stitch from here to here, and then I'm going to stop. And our needle should be on this reference line. So we're going to be doing, if this were reference line 1, we're going to stitch from even reference line to even numbered reference line. Okay, first stitch in place. Remember, you do not need to push against the template with your foot, and you don't need to push the foot with the template. If you do that as a common practice, it can easily skew the results of the template. It can move things around, and you don't want that to happen. Here we go with our next straight-ish line. I'm not going to say it's perfect. It's straight-ish. And another one. We want to make sure that our needle is down each time we move that template. That's going to accomplish two things. It's going to make this join of one template rotation to the next strong. We're not going to have any toe catchers in there or anything like that. Yeah. Got going a little fast there for me, guys. I am a slow stitcher, and I used to apologize for that. I really don't anymore. I find it is the way that I am, and I am okay with that. All right. If you stitch fast and you like to, and you get the results you're looking for, go for it. Just because I do things one way doesn't mean that you have to do things the same way I do. I want everybody to be comfortable with how they quilt, whether it be stitching quickly or stitching slowly. The one thing that I think is important, however, is being able to sew or to quilt your motifs in all directions. Not all of our throats on our machines are huge. This one's 7.5 inches, but I have quilted a queen size quilt on here. And if I had not been able to stitch right, left, backwards, and forwards, I think it would have first off taken me almost forever to get that quilt done, but more so, it would have made my shoulders hurt, my back hurt, and my frustration level go through the roof. And those are three things that we definitely don't want to happen because this is a hobby for most of us. It's a hobby we really enjoy. And if you start making it difficult for yourself, you're not going to enjoy it and you're not going to stick to it. I hate to see anybody drop out of this. Quilting is such a beautiful art form. It is relaxing. It is creative. It just puts so many parts of your brain in use that I think it helps us with our just our overall general well-being. So definitely don't. Of course, other than buying way too much fabric when your husband finds out, that may not be for your benefit. Oh, I am so lucky my husband totally understands because he's a quilter too. Sometimes I look at him and think he's buying too much. I never say it out loud though. Okay, so here isn't that cool? It's just a different look of getting around that around that circle. Let's see where we're looking from. Oh, Barbara, yes, I am well. I am, thank you. Barbara asked, first she let me know that everything is fine and she hopes we are well. And Barbara, I'm glad you are. Wonderful. Julia said she likes it. Now, Sandy said it looks like an American Indian design. And you know what, Sandy? I can see that now that you say it. It's an awesome, mandala design. You could, like I said, you could easily um, combine the pearls and the diamonds and make some really beautiful designs as well. Speaking of, don't forget today you can order this set of templates. Here they are, the link of diamonds with the code deal day 20 and get a 20% discount off of them. Patsy, hi from New Mexico. Glad you made it. And Karen's here from Missouri. And that's exactly what we're doing for you, Karen, is we are showing you how to do this instead of just talking about it. For those who don't know, Missouri is the show me state. Just so you're aware of that. Gail, I am so glad you made it. Welcome. All right, let's take a look at the next line. The next line of diamonds is made with our 10.5 inch. And here that is. Now, with the dead giveaway that we're doing this different than we did these is that the line connecting the diamonds is on the bottom. Then what we're going to do is we're going to stagger and put the next line, the next circle of diamonds above that, but coming from the top down. So we're going to have open space right through here. Can you see this template, guys? I'm thinking my brain's working and I want to template that. Today is going to be the last day that you're going to see me working with this type of practice panel. We, when I say we, a very dear friend of mine and I, we started talking about it. The fact that basically, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I throw these panels away when I'm done. And she went, "Oh my gosh, you shouldn't throw them away." And I said to her, I said, "Well, what am I gonna keep them for? What am I gonna use them for?" Um, it doesn't make sense to hang on to them. I don't have that much room in my house, and I don't foresee me doing anything in the future with them. So we came up with a plan, and what we are going to do is make quilt squares. When I do my demonstrations, these squares will get put together into quilts, be like quilt as you go, and they will be donated. So I will donate them to our local police department who keeps quilts in the back of their cars for displaced children. We have a caring shelter here in town, so I will donate some of the quilts to them as well. So you see, you guys are actually helping me to hopefully give back to my community. And I think that's so important if we can do that. All right, let's see. Diana's here from Bermuda. Oh, Diana, I'd like to come visit you. Debbie, I don't want to visit you. I'm sorry. She's coming from a snowy central Illinois. And Everett Sullivan Schmidt is here. Oh, Julia says, make a quilt. Yes, make a quilt. I think we should all make quilts. Oh, wait, I think we all do. And that's a good thing. All righty. Oh, here we go with the cough again. We're going to start up here. And I'm going to start with number 1. And the first round I'm putting on, and my 10.5 inch is a single template. The first one I'm going to put is I want my diamond on reference line number 1. So if I want my diamond on reference line number 1, I need to twist my template. If I leave it like this, what you're going to see is I'm going to have a diamond here on reference line 32 and a diamond on reference line 2. I want my diamonds on my odd number reference line. So here, if I twist my center vertical center to the even line, I will end up with diamonds on each of my odd numbered lines. So let's go ahead and let's start that. Remember, now we are making our connectors on the bottom. So what we're going to do is we are going to follow the same pattern that's in the instructions. We're going to start here, come and make this half. This is the left half of the diamond. We're going to stitch all the way over to the other side of the template. And on this side, we're going to stitch the right half of the diamond. And you can see that right here. Okay, let's set that aside. Let's get a quick drink of caffeine. I hope you all got your caffeine. Okay, so I'm starting in the upper left-hand corner. I'm pulling my thread up. We'll go ahead and put our foot down and our needle down. What's nice about these templates is when you get into these little areas here where you have to change direction, the little groove kind of catches you and says, time to move along, and it makes you hesitate. So even though I say that, hesitate, think about it, the template is actually helpful in reminding you where you are and what needs to happen next. That is another one of the reasons that I think that this is a fabulous set of templates for a beginner. If you have a beginner in your life that you need to buy a gift for, this set of templates is a great one. With Valentine's Day coming up, you may want to buy the string of hearts. That one we did, I think, last week. I know we've done it, and that's such a pretty one too. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to twist my template. I'm going to finish up the diamond that's on reference line 3. We're going to bypass reference line 4. Reference line 5, we're going to make the right half of our diamond. We're going to stop with our needle down, and then we're going to twist that template and continue on. Right? This, because it is so much straight stitching, you actually can go a little quicker on this than you do a curved template. Straight templates are much easier to do than the curved ones. So here we go. We're going to do the left side. And I'm going to stop because my needle just came loose, or my foot just came loose. There we go. Those of you who sew with modern machines, you probably don't have that little issue. And I think personally for me, it's a small price to pay for getting to stitch on this beautiful vintage machine that my husband has to work on today. Oh, okay. Did I come up far enough? I did not. I shorted myself about 1 stitch. There we go. Oh, yeah. Perfect now. Don't forget, there's that extra hesitation there. Here's the extra hesitation here. And we're going to come over. Now, this I think is important. If we are off of our line, we're going to pretend I didn't put this over far enough. And you have to fix it. The best way to fix it is to get to this center vertical line. See how it's center, you've got one on the left, one on the right, or one on the left and one on the right. So what we're going to do now is we are going to go ahead and line up this line on the template. You'll see that when I drew out these reference lines, don't know how it happened, but I got this one off just a little bit. This one's perfect, and this one's off just a hair. So if we want to fix that, we will stop here and go ahead and twist that template, and now we can continue on. And that can happen. Those things happen, and you know what? It's not the end of the world, not even close to it. Everything is fixable. Everything is fixable. All right, now you'll see I'm right back on track. Down on this right-hand side. It looks great. Hesitate and hesitate. Make sure the needle is down. And we're going to rotate. And again, here I'm off just a little bit, not freaking out over it. I would faint if I were to do something, a whole project perfectly. Okay? Gotta tell you that. Straight out. I am imperfect in every way. But the key to imperfection is knowing how you can make adjustments, being adjustable. And it's not just in quilting, it's life in general. And look at now I'm lined up perfectly. Let's see who else has. Oh, Jean made it in from Mount Vernon. Good morning, Jean. It's awfully early where you are. All right. So here we go. We're going to make those other diamonds now. Coming down here, taking that hesitation, and we're going to do the left side and up. And that is halfway around. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop right there. And I think this is the first real rotation that we've done that we've actually used the diamonds the way that they're intended to be used. So you see how far I got before I got things going normal. I wonder if that has to do with the fact that I'm abnormal. Oh gosh, guys, if that's the case, I love being abnormal. All right, so our next rotation is going to be on the opposite lines of what we just did. So we did our diamonds on all of the even numbered reference lines. Now we're going to come and do our diamonds on the odd numbered reference lines. Rather than come in from the bottom to connect our diamonds, we're going to connect them from the top. What this is going to do is it's going to make what looks like a channel in here. If you were templing and you came in and opened all of this up, I can't imagine how gorgeous that would be. If any of you do this, please, please post in Westalee by me. I would love to see it. It would be gorgeous to take this pattern, temply here, and even temply the center part out or just those diamonds. And these diamonds, I mean, there's so much possibility here. And that's one of the reasons that I think that this template set is so valuable. It's because we have so much available to us. I don't know what happened there. Oh goodness, I got a thread coming up there. Oh well, not to worry about practice piece. All right, in we go. So what I am going to do is I am going to line up my template, but I'm going to line it up on the odd numbered reference lines this time. So here's reference line 1, and my first diamond from reference line 1 is going to actually be stitched on reference line number 32. My second one will be reference line number 2. Because I want this portion to connect my diamonds, we're going to go from lower left up around to right side, lower right side. All right, so let's take a look and see what we got, what this is going to look like. Okay, up we go. I think that's the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway is making sure that you know where you need to start and where you need to stop for the look that you're going after. One stitch in place. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plant that needle and cut that thread. Off it goes. Up to the top, across, hesitate, hesitate, hesitate. Make sure your needle's down, rotate. And we're going to complete that first diamond. And we're going to stitch right over the top of the even number reference line. And we're going to stop on the next odd numbered reference line. And around we're going to go some more. Even numbered, we're going right over it like it doesn't exist. And now we're going to stop with our needle down, come over, up we go, hesitate, hesitate, around. Now I didn't have a real good grip on this, and I did feel my template slip just a little. It was no big deal. I just pushed it back into place. Nobody will ever be wiser unless you tell them. Around we go. Stop here. We got a couple more we're going to do. Isn't this coming out beautiful? We're going to go and stop here. Twist. Hesitate. Hesitate. That closes up that diamond. As long as you line up the templates correctly, those diamonds are going to be spot on every time. Isn't that awesome? It's kind of one of those things that you really have to try hard to mess it up. And I don't like to try to mess things up. There's enough things come messed up naturally, so I don't need to help it along at all. Okay, and we're going to do one more here. Now, if you were called away or had to stop, I would suggest getting to this point, to the end of where your template is, and then go ahead and stop there. Coming back and picking up at this point would be quite easy. Picking up halfway through at this point, not so much. So definitely you want to go ahead and finish your rotation, not necessarily the whole design, but you would be able to easily come back and pick that up. So this is what I've got for you guys today. A whole lot of diamonds. And you know what they say, diamonds are a girl's best friend, right? So it would follow that diamond templates would be a girl's best friend too. Remember, you can take your hearts, your pearls, you can put all of these things together into designs that I think would be absolutely wonderful. You can use your sample starter set to add a few more elements to this that would work. And goodness, I certainly hope that you play with them. I hope that you try them, see what you think, and definitely let us know. Okay? Do we have any questions out there? And while I'm waiting for that, Linda, thank you so much. It's what I like to do. Thank you, Linda. Linda and Linda. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. This will be available recorded on the So Study YouTube channel and Facebook page. It will also be available to be viewed on the 906 Quilting YouTube channel as well as the 906 Quilting Facebook page. Um, I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the subscribes. Definitely appreciate the subscribes and sharing. We just want to get this out there for all quilters to enjoy because it is a great way of doing your projects start to finish. You can do it all, and I know you guys are capable of doing it all. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you being here today, and we will see you again on Monday. And on Monday, we're going to be working on our edge to edge, and it's going to be the sampler set 7. Tuesday, we're going to work with the Artisan Curve Persian Peak. And on Wednesday, with Coffee with Kathy, we're going to be working with the stepping out templates. I love the stepping out templates. There's so many fun things we can do with them. So I hope to see you all there. And until we meet again, let's quilt.